Hey everybody, how you doing? This is about to be a really fun video. The whole point of this video is 2 or 3 days ago I filmed some whitetail footage of a deer. There's some really cool footage and I wanted to share it with y'all. I love the deer. If you love the deer, you'll think it's cool footage too. I'll show you that here in a second. But recently I was on the Gun Talk podcast where they have a hunting episodes and they bring people on to talk about hunting. Long story short, we talked about a bunch about whitetail. How do you find whitetail? And I essentially said on the podcast, well, the number one thing is how you find whitetail. Well, you got to hunt where the deer are. That seems like common sense, but I can't tell you how many, probably hundreds of days I've spent deer hunting where there was no deer. So rule number one, you're not going to get a deer where no deer live. But where do the deer live? Well, places where they got food, water, and shelter. If they got all three of those, whitetail deer is not going to move that far. I've read tons and tons of studies. I love nerding out on that stuff, but whitetail deer does not travel that far. So if you got those three things that deer love, and there's deer somewhere, hey, put the time in, scout them, track them. The very first deer that I've ever mounted, the very first big deer that I ever got, is this one right here. This is the biggest deer I've ever taken on public land. 13 pointer. We call him Fred. He's got some cool character. Look how his brow tines are tipped in. Wraps all the way around. And he's got a bonus point back here. Really cool deer. This is the first deer that I ever had mounted. This buck was so heavy. At the time, I was driving a 1987 BMW 325i 5-speed. This buck was so heavy, I got it to the edge of the highway where my car was parked, drug it across the highway. I had my BMW parked in the ditch, and a random dude saw me trying to get the deer into the trunk of my BMW. I couldn't lift it myself. Random guy helped me lift the deer into the trunk, and then went on about his business. I went a couple miles down the road. We didn't even have a truck. I called my dad, and we put this deer in the back of my dad's Jeep Grand Cherokee. But yeah, this is Fred. I got this deer in 2008. Before I was ever even had the thought about filming deer hunts. But the whole point of telling that story is, you're not going to get lucky and just be smoking big deer all the time. The only reason I got that deer on public land was because I put the time in. I found trails where the deer were going, yada, yada, yada. Summertime, tracking deer, where's the deer at? I hunted every single day the year that I got that buck. I also was wearing old dirty jeans. I had come straight from work in my work boots, wasn't wearing camo and all that stuff. I think I had a Walmart long sleeve shirt I might have thrown on over it. But yeah, came straight from work. But you want to get big bucks? Well, you got to have access to land with deer on it. Deer, period. I'm not talking about big bucks. Deer. I talked to so many people, especially this year. Everybody's saying, man, I ain't even got a single deer yet. It's been a funny year. It has been a funny year. It's been a funny year. The deer movements and the numbers and stuff. Anyways, funny year. Now, all that being said, how you going to get deer? You got to hunt where the deer are. 2, you got to put the time in. Then it's just like people, food, water, shelter. Hey, if you got access, that's the main thing. But then taking it a step further, give them some water to drink. They like still water. So that's the whole point of this video. I'm going to quit rambling, but I used to do maximized food plots. Now I've gone a lot more towards giving them safety and bedding areas and growing tall stuff like sorghum and corn where they feel safe and they can't see danger. Anyways, bedding. Don't forget about the bedding. But the whole point of this video, I put in on this one spot and another spot that I've got permission to deer hunt, water troughs from Tractor Supply. Both of them are the same size. They're 50 gallon. I think it cost me $100 each. And I fill them up as many times as I need to throughout the year. The rain helps a little bit. 50 gallon water troughs. On average, I'd say I probably fill them probably only 2 times a year really is that I've had to. The past couple of years I've been using these water troughs. But watch this. Me and my son were hunting the other day, and here came a spike. First we were excited. Oh, there's a deer. And there's like, it's just a dinker spike. We're going to let him go. It's still fun to watch the deer though. And watch this deer. With my good camera, I sat there and just filmed him. Watch this deer drinking the water. I just love watching it. It's just cool.
Yeah, that's a little baby spike.
That's so cool.
You can see his muscles.
Dude, that is so cool. Little spiky boy. Hit him with the 44 mag.
You drop.
Dude, I told you the water was good, dude.
You never said that.
But yeah, catching deer, it's not rocket science. The hardest part is getting access to hunt land where there's actually deer on it. From there, you can just do a few things to help your odds, like water. Thanks for checking out that footage. Appreciate y'all. We'll see you on the next one. Woo-hoo!